Oh shit, what up, at that boy? And the audio is broken. Well, you might be able to hear it anyway. Hopefully you can. I can't see any comments though. That's ooh, hello. Gotta pay attention to the road at the same time. Very difficult. My point exactly. Okay. That's fun. I should be paying more attention when driving. I thought I could do it. This is exactly why texting while driving is a bad thing to do. I see you. Shit. What do you... God damn it. Can I... F7... Enter... Gesture, emergency refueling, tow to surface. God damn it. I can't get the engine to start at all. Okay. How far away is the furthest service? Maybe there's one in Bend. This is what I get for trying to start the stream, damn it. Oh, there isn't one. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do? Shit. Is there even one along my journey? No, there's... Fuck! Okay, fine. I think this one down here is the closest one. Shit. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back down to Eugene and then... Invisible wall. Shit me. I'm fully aware that I need to visit a service. That's what I'm working on. Every time. So it is 5:30 in the morning. Where the fuck did the time go? Jesus. I've been playing this for like 6 hours. So I'm on my way down to, what is it, Nevada? Elko, Nevada. But I have to head into Eugene first because I fucked up my engine. Hey, Agent Sam, how's it going? I looked at the stream and so I crashed the car, so now I'm on my truck. So now I'm on my way back to Eugene so I can fix up the truck so I can head back over to Nevada. It's 1 p.m. Wow, Jesus Christ, it is 5:30 in the morning for me. It is. I've been awake since probably noon. So, many hours. Shit. Oh, I'm doing outstanding, as always. I've been distracted playing this for many, many hours. I debated streaming, but I wanted to watch Netflix, so that's what I've been doing. I was watching The Office. But then I was like, why not? Okay, my engine is dead. Shit. I'm coasting. I'm literally coasting right now. Jesus. I really fucked up my truck thing. Just gonna pretend. Oh, yeah. I'll accept that. That's fine. I have to get this taken care of. Oh, shit. I only have 21,000 left. What joke? What did I say? I make a lot of jokes. Well, yeah, that's how the channel got started to begin with. It's because I always responded with, I'm doing outstanding, and so I named my channel after that. Realistically, yeah, I mean, I'm tired. But I am doing outstanding, because this is something I enjoy doing. I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. Are you shitting me? What are you stuck on? I've taken turns like this many times before. Ridiculous. This fucking thing. Ooh, man, it shut off again. Definitely took an illegal turn there. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I have no idea what my Steam friend code is. Give me a second. I gotta fix. Ooh, $5,000. That's a lot of money. On Steam, I am. Ooh, where is it? Matt Smith DW. It's up here in the top right. Uh, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say that I'm the best driver when my engine is literally dying while I drive. I also don't technically have a license. I have a learner's permit, which does let me drive, just not trucks. Not trucks like this. As well as it doesn't let me drive without another person in the car. Ooh, I see you added me to your friend list. I will get back to you whenever I finish gaming and actually, you know, get to it. I will, though. Um, no, it's not even close. You don't get out of your car at all. Um, it's really just intended for really long trucking. I mean, I wouldn't say the times are realistic. However, I would say you spend 99% of your time on the road, as it is, a trucking simulator. Um, I do wish it was closer to like BeamNG as far as the physics goes, but I think the better part about it is that it's got realistic maps. Oh shit! Gotta pay attention to where I'm going. Like one of the main things is so this is the map that I'm driving in is Oregon. Well, yeah, I break the law, but you do get fined for that. Um, I break the law because I'm not a good driver. Um, ooh, I gotta slow down here. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Um, anyway, this map that I'm driving in is based in Oregon, United States, which is where I live, and it's very accurate, and I very much enjoy it. I mean, I do my best not to break the law, but realistically, if my engine were to die in the middle of the road, somebody would come out and fix the car. And that's just not an ability I have in this game. At least not yet. I'm doing good on fuel, so I don't think I need to stop there. $16,000 left. That's not good. I have another trucker working for me. He just doesn't drive very much. I'm driving a truck. Driving a big old truck. Um, well, that's really more of a hobby by this point. My original plan in life, before I went off into the Marine Corps, was to be a game designer. And so I took several years of game design, and I've been programming video games since probably 5th or 6th grade. Um, I've always enjoyed programming and enjoyed gaming. It's kind of a pain to really get into it, and I don't have as many ideas as I used to. Don't have the time either. So, I would say it's a hobby. Okay, I think people are telling me my brights are on. Oh, Jesus. It is very dark out here. This cop is not going the speed limit either. Oh, and now my engine's having a tough time keeping up because I'm going uphill slightly. Come on, Bessie. Let's go. Get her done. Let's see, how much for... I have a long way to go. Because I'm there. I gotta get all the way down to Elko. Alright. How many miles is that? 512 miles to go. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man that walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Now we're gonna get some speed. We're going downhill again. Interesting enough, I first started making video games on a TI-84 calculator. Sinning? What do you mean? What's expensive? I think the fucking spider got me. It's not fun. Only 479 miles to go. Oh yeah, T-84s are fucking ridiculous. I wasn't a good kid in middle school, so when I found one in the Lost and Found, I just requisitioned it for myself. I mean, I always felt bad about it, but it stayed there for like a week, and then after that I was like, well, if they didn't find it after a week, that's kind of on them. later ruined that TI-84 calculator when doing a BIOS update because my sister unplugged my computer while I was doing it. And I don't know if you've ever tried to update the BIOS of anything, but if you disrupt power, it will literally turn into a brick of silicon and plastic, and it will never turn on again. Dude, the speed limit's 35. What? I'm not breaking it. Oh, yeah, I mean, yes, I wouldn't say I broke the law. Actually, by technicality, they lost it, I found it, and you are protected under certain laws because, yeah, screw you, speeding, whatever. You are somewhat protected in that sense, just in case something happens. At least in America. I don't know about other countries, but... What, finders, keepers, losers, weepers? It's kind of a shitty common thing around here. But the thing is, you lose it... yes, they have an obligation to try to get it back to you, but... at a certain point, you know, you have to assume that they're incapable of getting it back to you no matter what. For example, if you find a car in the woods that's been abandoned for 50-odd years, you're not gonna assume that, that the owner is still alive, but if they are, it's not their car. They left it there 50 years ago. You know, it's... overall, it's... I get who it's... I get the total idea of it. It's trying to protect people in every possible case. Yeah, that doesn't count. When it's family, it's a little bit more difficult. If it's in its original location, that's just stealing. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot that goes into it based on locations and owners and whatnot. However, technically, she didn't do anything wrong there either because it doesn't belong to you either, technically. If you are under 18, at least in America, it never belonged to you. So, yeah. It is what it is. And if it never left the house, I mean, can you really say it was stolen? It was just, moved. There's a lot of, loopholes. I don't think people like it when I leave my brights on. I want to be able to see, man. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. He brought in 739. Jesus Christ. What that is the least hardworking worker in this field. I mean, Jesus. I bring like... this run on its own is bringing me in like 40,000, you know? He's bringing in 700. What a bitch. So where are you from, Sam? Oh, okay. sure that was great to hear. I'm driving a truck, driving a big old truck. I'm driving a truck, driving a big old truck. Breaking, well, actually, you know what? I'm not technically breaking the law here. It never said I can't pass. It's a dashed lane. It's perfectly legal. No law broken there. I mean, sure, I'm going 65. However, when passing legally, there is no speed limit. They want you to get out of the other lane as fast as possible. Which could imply going 99. And technically 5 over is not illegal either. It's frowned upon. But at certain points, you know, it's like there's I mean, 5 miles an hour isn't gonna make that big of a difference. I didn't expect him to stop, you know? I need fuel, I need fuel. Someday I must pass by a gas station. Is anyone else watching? I wonder. Oh, I'm gonna keep on driving, driving, driving my big old truck through the deserts of Oregon on my way to Nevada. Whoa. I'm driving a truck, driving a truck, driving a truck. Whoa. I'm talking to Serious Sam, Agent Sam, whatever. Same thing, don't ya know? I'm driving a truck, driving a truck. Hello there. Oh man, fuel coming up for the first time in a while. Let me turn off the brights. Filling up that gas tank. Alright, now, how do I get out of here? Oh, stop telling me to do it. Ah, shit. I hit a fucking rock. Alright, only 365 miles to go. In-game hours, it's gonna take 6 hours and 47 minutes. Real life, I think it's about 1 minute to 1 second, so 6 more minutes or so. Something like that. I'm driving and driving and driving, driving, and I don't know where to go. Actually, I do, because I'm following the GPS. Feel free to ask more questions. Yeah, it's real life timing. Luckily, it does not require me to actually drive for 6 fucking hours. I would. But these are real life truckers have to drive for so damn long. It's amazing they don't fall asleep. And sometimes they do, and they crash their cars, and people die, and that's just what it is. Oh my god, I fucking hate driving next to police. Because you gotta maintain speed limit. What is the meaning of life? 42. And my reasoning for that is, if you take 4 and you take 2 and you translate them into Japanese, it becomes shi and ni. Technically it's yon, not shi, but we're going to go for shi here. Now, if you take shi and ni and put them together, it becomes shini, which in Japanese means death. The answer to life is death, or 42. Very logical. Definitely didn't take that explanation from the internet. But realistically, I'm not a religious person. I don't think there's much meaning to life at all. There's nothing. And so the entire point of our existence is that there isn't one. You can do anything. Hello, Blue Forder. Welcome. Feel free to ask me anything you want. Why do you know all this? Because I'm a weird guy, man. You know I own uranium ore? I really do. I keep it by my desk. This is uraninite, which is, usually it looks more crystalline, but they took the crystals off because that's dangerous. But this is actual uranium ore. It's radioactive, and it could very well kill me. It's just very difficult for it to do so. I'm a very deep person, Blue Forder. It penetrates my soul. If I had one. Oh yeah, I guess my brights are still on. I can turn that off. It's starting to lighten up outside. Oh, that's a police officer. The same one. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo hablo muy poquito español. Si puedo ayudar. ¿Dónde está? That's about it. How many likes for you to eat it? I will not eat it. That would kill me. Radiation is far more deadly once it's inside you. Because as it stands, alpha and beta particles that's emitting can't penetrate my clothing, let alone my skin. And so they can't really harm me. Once they're inside, I'd be dead in probably a couple weeks. From very painful types of cancer like blood cancer and bone cancer and lung cancer, and then I'd start making meth, and it would not be good. No, I don't watch too much Breaking Bad. Psh. El Camino was a good movie, though. That was a tangent. I don't know the meaning of that word. Lindo Camion. I'm at a loss. I can speak very few phrases in many languages. At one point in my life, I thought it would be worth it to learn how to say "you're beautiful" in like 14 languages. I don't remember that many anymore, but at one point in my life I did. And it was fun. I never got any girls. Except for Japanese girls. But making what? It's, have you not seen Breaking Bad? The entire point of the show is that a science teacher gets cancer, and instead of, he didn't have enough money to pay for the treatment to get, cancer treatment, and so he went off to make meth. crystal meth, and he became a meth kingpin, and yeah, it's a good show, phenomenal show. I strongly suggest watching it. It is easily one of the best shows to ever come out. That's any. I mean, there's nothing like it. Bryan Cranston, the man who plays Walter White, the science teacher, is one of the best actors. Hello, Clutchy. Ooh. So how much for you to stick it up? Jesus. You guys are weird, man. I'm not doing anything with the uranium. I am working on transforming this into a VR headset, because that would be fucking awesome. I have the whole helmet over here to the side with my Dremel, but no. If you're not old enough to watch Breaking Bad, you're not old enough to watch this channel, my dude. I do not have multiplayer installed, no. I only started playing this game a few days ago. I know that there's a multiplayer mod, but I haven't gotten into it yet. Thanks for letting me know I can bypass the way station. VR is amazing, Blue Forder, and I strongly suggest you do anything you can to get it. I don't know if this is one of those longer term things that I don't know if I'll ever actually get to it and finish it. So I might make a video on the finished version when I get there, but I don't know. So, mostly because it's a really expensive one, you know, turning it into a VR headset. So I want to make my own headset from scratch out of it. Preferably AR instead of VR, but it's, again, a very difficult task to undertake, and very expensive, so it's not exactly a one video type thing. But maybe, Sam. I'll consider it. God damn it, the police is also turning right. No, don't do that. Don't hurt yourself. No. Do not get the Samsung Odyssey. That is... no. Just no. If you're gonna get something VR, stick with something mainstream, because that's the only way it's gonna be good. I would strongly suggest the Oculus. I love the Oculus Rift S. I think it's easily the best VR headset for the cost. And I mean, I've bought so many of them now. I had the original Oculus Rift CV1, and I loved it. And then I sold it so I could get my apartment, and then I got an Oculus Rift S, and I loved it even more. So much so that I bought my friend Noah an Oculus Rift S so that he could join me. He's slowly paying it off over time. Oh, it's raining. And then I bought the Oculus Rift S to give to, well, I gave the money to the winner of the contest to buy his own Oculus Rift S. I assume it's a he based on the name. Save up. Honestly, $400 in US dollars is not that bad. It's one of the cheapest headsets out there, and it's the best deal that you're going to get. Anything less than that, and you're not getting a good VR headset. What you're getting is a disappointing waste of money. The Oculus will still be good a few years from now. The Samsung isn't good now. If it's a matter of your computer not being capable, get the Quest, because the Quest is both PC compatible and does its own thing, and is 100% worth it. And it's pretty much the only thing like it, as far as I know, that's able to go in between like that. It's an amazing, phenomenal piece of technology. do not... VR is one of those things where you cannot skip out. You cannot just get something cheap and hope it'll work out in the end. What type of music do I listen to? Oh, fuck. That is a wide variety. I would be listening to music right now while driving, but I can't because it's YouTube. I'm gonna wait for that police to get around. Oh, God. Agent Sam, do you hate yourself? Anyway, music. I like to listen to mostly, like, 50s rock, like Elvis and Frank Sinatra. A lot of Frank Sinatra. But I also listen to Imagine Dragons and, I'm trying to think of some other names. Billie Eilish, fucking, I can never actually remember the names of the artists I listen to. I just find songs that sound good and throw them into a giant album. I listen to a lot of ska. Good. You should have been joking, because that's a terrible idea. That's like joking about trying to use a Raspberry Pi to run actual video games. It doesn't work. It can't even run Minecraft. It does technically have its own Minecraft, yes, but that doesn't count. God damn it, this fucking officer! Yes! He's out of my way! Let's begin the journey of a lifetime. I've got 200 miles to go. And there's like... Dude, you must hate yourself. I've used a Raspberry Pi in Minecraft. It didn't go well. Granted, it was like the Raspberry Pi 1. Okay? Scary. Didn't even have 2 gigs, I don't think, of RAM. So, that being said, the Raspberry Pi 4 is probably capable, to be honest, but... I agree with Clutchy. No you. Oof. Why am I chugging along at only 26? I think this thing, what I'm carrying, weighs a lot. Look at it. I'm carrying gifts for all the good girls and boys, because I am Santa. Goodbye. Hello. It is now daytime. Driving a truck, driving a big old truck. What is this game about? This game is literally about trucking. That is the whole game. You deliver packages. This is American Truck Simulator, and it is about simulating American lands while trucking. I am presently on a journey from Eugene all the way down to Elko. Now, I live in Portland, in real life. Santa is doing outstanding, yes. So I live in Portland in real life, and so to be able to see maps that I actually recognize and to see things that I actually know it's really fucking awesome. So I'm driving down to Elko, which is somewhere I've never been. Now, I was actually born somewhere in Northern California. I can't remember offhand exactly where. Where was I born? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I didn't live in California for very long. I think we used to live in Oakland. And then we moved to Sacramento. My grandmother lived in Sacramento, and then my other grandparents lived in Eureka, and then we moved up to Portland, and that's where I lived most of my life. And then I moved down to San Diego for 2 months for the Marine Corps, and then I came back up to Portland, and then I moved into Alaska, and then I came back. It's been a wild ride. So crash into somebody's house and start saying Santa's coming to town. No. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where treetops glisten and children listen to the sound of sleigh bells in the snow. I'm not sure of the price. Let me find out. I bought it for $5. So, who knows? I bought it on sale. Oh, hey, look, American Truck Simulator, right there. Where's the full game? So, the full game is going for $20 normally. But, like I said, I bought it for $5. So, you know, you can probably find it pretty cheap. There's also Euro Truck Simulator, which is, if you live in Europe, you'll probably recognize that one a little bit better. Ooh, I should slow down. That's a cop. Easily, the best $5 I ever spent. Now, technically, I spent more than that because Oregon was a DLC, but that was only another, like, $5 on top, so I spent maybe 10, 15 bucks, something like that. Absolutely worth it. Looks amazing. I absolutely love it. I don't know how old it is. But, again, I'm in love with it. Oh no. Whoop. A lot of cops out, man. So the crazy thing is, these are actual, real roads that I'm on in real life, and this is pretty much accurate to what it looks like when you're actually on these roads, and I love that. I mean, it just looks amazing. What are the specs of your PC? I have an RTX 2060, 16 gigs of DDR4, I think at 2666 hertz, and an i7-9700. It's a beefy PC, that's what it is. Not the beefiest, but it's a beefy enough to get most things done. However, the requirements for this game are significantly less than that. Hello, copper. You'll never catch me alive. I'm pretty sure I have ADD. But it's also 6:30 in the morning, and I haven't been to bed yet. So, there's that. I even put on my pajamas, but I didn't even get into bed. I was just like, but I want to play. And then 5 hours later, I was like, I should record playing. And I was like, but wait, streaming. I should have stopped there, but stopping is for losers. Well, I discovered Winnemucca. Winnemucca. You have a good PC. Mine's got integrated graphics. Oh, that is depressing, Agent Sam. Hello, Marusi. Firing. Winnemucca. I've never heard. Oh, I'm already leaving Winnemucca. I just discovered it. Feel free to ask me any questions. I love to talk. For me, it's 3:23 p.m. Wow, that is a very different time zone from me. Now that people are watching, I guess I should probably obey the laws. What's your IRL job? I'm a chemical finisher. I blacken steel parts for scopes, for rifles. It's pretty fun. We use a bath of sodium hydroxide to put an oxide coating on the steel that most people know as magnetite, which is, interesting enough, also known as black oxide. It's very similar to rust, because rust is red oxide. It's like one oxygen molecule different. It's fucking crazy. I love it. So it's not too bad at me. Oh, well, yeah, Intel graphics are frightening. I mean, I've heard people with Ryzens can even run, like, GTA 5 without a graphics card, which is insane. Okay, I guess I'm not obeying the laws very well. But it's okay, there's no cops. They can't see me here. "100 miles to go." Marvel or DC? That is a hard choice. Marvel for superheroes, DC for villains. Oh yeah, I like the RTX 2060. It's a good card. It's done me well. It's got a little bit of a coil whine. You guys luckily can't hear it because it's on the other side of my desk completely. But it's definitely not the best. It also might just be my card, which would suck, but not enough for me to get a new one. I want to upgrade to the 2080, though. That would be fun. You know, it's funny. So, NVIDIA GeForce has the ability to stream to YouTube directly. However, after looking at the NVIDIA GeForce YouTube channel, they recommend using OBS instead. Which I thought was hilarious. They have their own software, and yet they recommend somebody else's. Odds are they probably own OBS or have some sort of relation with them. I don't know. But I deleted my previous streams because they were shit. Like 10 FPS or something for no reason. Not actually with this one. Technically, I bought all the parts, and they manufactured and gave it to me. But yes, I have built my own PC in the past. This one was just cheaper to have it pre-built. This isn't the Founders Edition, actually. This is just a generic 2060. Normally, I do build my own PCs, but I needed something up and running as fast as possible. Otherwise, I would have gone to Newegg and gotten all put, just bought all the things. It was also on sale, so I mean, it was cheaper this way. Shit happens. I do know every component inside and out, though. You pre-built. You know what? When it's a difference of like $500, you're gonna buy a pre-built, okay? Fuck you. I knew the specs going in, and, well, it was just cheaper to buy it pre-built than to buy the parts separately. I'm cheap, not stupid. I could always take it apart and put it back together. I've done that, actually. Already. It may have been pre-built to begin with, but it's not built. It's not pre-built anymore. Yeah, I know, Marusi. It's crazy. I wanted to be able to actually, hand out the ref test, but fuck, everybody was sold out, and they will be sold out for long into February. What's rude? You're rude. God, the speed limit here is 80? What the fuck? I can't hit 80. This thing can hardly hit 80 without a load. It's not going to be able to hit it with a load. Jesus. Everyone should buy Virtual Boy. No. If you really want to go that way, what you should buy is the original NASA virtual reality headset, which came out like way, way before the Virtual Boy. It was much worse. Hey, only a quarter mile to Elko. We're almost there, guys. 6 miles. It's been a long ride. I've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Half a mile. Wait, didn't it just say a quarter mile? What the fuck? I know I could turn right on red, but I'll wait it out. Any more questions? I think I'm gonna have to go straight on this side, but if you have an Oculus Rift, you can use the NASA VR software. Well, yeah, probably, but the NASA VR headset I was talking about in specific came out like way, way, way long ago. What is what? Hey, buddy. Where the hell do you think you're going? I have the right of way here. Shit, I'm not in Oregon. I'm in Nevada. Ooh, train. It's gonna be a $40,000 delivery. I'm excited. It's gonna almost not be worth it though, because I think I spent like 20 grand getting here because of all the mistakes I made. What the hell? Oh, I drove right through it. I'm not gonna waste the time parking it. Hey, there we go. That is the longest journey I think I've ever... Ooh, damage penalty. Yeah, I took a lot of damage. Oh my god. Well, Mr. Smart Person, how do you think I can get my hands on that NASA VR? You can't. It's like... There's like one made. You literally can't get your hands on it. It's in a museum. It's ancient. It's not intended for human use, you know? All right, where to next? The Rift S is also $544. Yeah. Right, but with conversion rates, 400 US dollars is probably the same as 544, whatever your dollar is. Right. Well, again, it's the device itself is probably the same overall cost, but inflation is different depending on where you are. It's if like in the peso or the pound, it would probably be much different, or the Australian dollar. Um, $30,000 to deliver that, but I need something from where I am. The Rift S is $522 here. That's very strange. Let's go for external contracts. $35,000 from Elko to Pendleton. I can take that because at least Pendleton brings me back up to Oregon. Yes. All right. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm saying. 4,800 kroner is, roughly equivalent to 400 US dollars, I'm sure. Alrighty. I just want to get out of Nevada and get back into Oregon. Oregon looks so much nicer. Oop, that's a curb. Don't pay attention to my driving skills. They're beautiful. Go! Yes, VR is expensive. It very much is. It's something like VR is only in the beginning stages. You have to be very involved in it and very into it to be able to do it, and that's disappointing. But the future will come in which it'll be simple. Now the thing is $400 is roughly what like the Xbox One cost when it came out initially. So it's honestly not that bad. It'll go down in time. Why would I drive in a car that refuses to move? Oh my god, you're so slow. My dude. $1 is 883. Okay. Cool. Thank you. You are the slowest motherfucker in history. I know I'm not legally allowed to pass here, but I'm gonna fucking pass. Oh my god. Whoop, that's a fence. It didn't turn as much as I thought it would, okay? More presents! Beautiful. There was a significant amount of delay. Yes, I know. There's not much I can do about that. So long as you're not seeing a lagged footage, that's all that matters. I'm on the road again. Somebody ask a question. Make this interesting. Are you using keyboard and mouse or are you using a steering wheel? Neither. I'm using an Xbox controller. And a keyboard, technically. Because the controller does not have enough keys to do everything. For example, I have to use the keyboard to do this. Or this, which you can't even tell because it's daytime. But I turned on my lights. Road work ahead? Are you fucking kidding me? Ah, fuck you. Don't put concrete barriers where I drive. Gay box? The fuck it? What? I don't actually own an Xbox. It's just controllers are better for driving because you have the ability to, you know, barely touch it, you know? But yeah, PC is always going to be better. There's no denying that. However, that doesn't mean that Xbox or PlayStation is bad. There are some significant entertainment values in console as well as PC. Now, PC will always be better 100% of the time. However, just saying, I would much rather take a kid and throw him on an Xbox than throw him on my PC. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got nephews or you know, like, I know people who have kids. No fucking way I'm throwing them on my PC. Fuck no. I've seen what they do. It's also easier to get connected with people through Xbox. I mean, Steam does not exactly make it easy to throw up a server and get all connected like Xbox does. I mean, there are clear benefits to both, but if you want to be able to run anything, anywhere, anytime at all down here in the deep blue sea, it's clearly going to be a PC. More questions, please. Science, math, history, something. YouTube, my life, whatever you want to know. I am an open book. Do they go through your search? Nobody actually goes through my search history. I live alone, so. Well, if I had a kid, I would be more concerned about the fact that I have a kid than having an Xbox. No, if I had a kid, I wouldn't literally throw him at the Xbox. Duh. I would throw the Xbox at a wall and tell him to use a PC. You know, I'm not sure anybody's actually gone through my search history ever. It's fairly untapped, which is a good thing. Not that there's anything weird in there, it's just like, that just seems like creepy to do. Thoughts on Thanos' idea? Well, I do believe that we have long outgrown our planet, but I don't think what he did or didn't do is exactly working. You know, I feel like what would be better is if you just duplicated the resources, but you know, whatever. How do you play D&D? Bard. I like to be a bard. You know, I really debated it, Sam. I wanted to say that, but then I was like, you know, they might interpret that wrong. Gotta stop at the Shemron. What's your real name? Sebastian. Which, has been said on the channel before, just not frequently. Some people call me Ulysses, some people call me a lot of things. I have a lot of names. Some people online call me Matt. Has nothing to do with me. My name's not Matt. None of my names are Matt. His real name is Doing Very Outstanding. Not quite accurate. UDS. Universal Deliveries. How do you play D&D, such as what are the rules? There are literal stacks of books explaining that. But the primary concept is you roll d20, or dice with 20 sides, to determine the outcome of specific events. For an example, let's say I were in a bar, and let me see if I can find my... There. Alright. Let's say, for an example, I'm in a bar. And across the bar at a far table, I see an elf. Now, I don't like elves. In fact, I think I'm gonna kill every elf I see. So I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna look at this man. I'm gonna intimidate him. So I'm gonna roll for intimidation. I rolled a 5, plus a modifier that I would have. Let's start off with a 2. So it's a 7. He's gonna... well, you know what? He just wouldn't be scared of that, really. So he's gonna stand up, and he's gonna be taller than I am, and then I'm going to take my dagger, which I will use a d4. I'm just gonna stab him right in the chest. So, first, I'm gonna roll to see if I can hit him. I did not. I rolled a 3. His, AC? Yes, AC, armor class, is probably a 10 or higher. And so a 3 would miss or just not do anything. It would, like, hit him and... So he now gets a turn. He's going to attack me. So, roll to attack. He's just going to hit me with his fist. Ooh, he got a 12. That's matches, which means my armor class wins out, I believe. I'm doing this off the top of my head here. And so I'm going to go at him again with my dagger. Ooh, that's a natural 1. My dagger breaks. I'm like, oh, shit. That's the main point. I guess I could continue with this because I do want to finish this fight now. What have you done? So he's gonna come in for another swing. It's a 5. It doesn't match. I'm gonna go in for a swing on him. Ooh, it's a 13. Beats his 10. So I land a hit, but I'm just using my fist, so it's gonna be a d4. You know what? Let's say I've got some pretty good fists. I'll just leave it as a d4. I rolled a 3. 3 damage to him. He's got 1 more hit point. Ooh, he is not looking well. He's gonna swing on me. Oh, it's a 12. It matches. Oh, I'm gonna swing on him. 15. Oh, I hit him. And since he's only got 1 hit point left, I pretty much guaranteed kill him. So he's lying dead on the floor. I'm gonna look through his pockets. He had 6 gold. That's a lot of gold. I'm gonna take that gold. Yeah, anyway. D&D is fun. I like D&D. Sam, is your name Sam? Because I believe that starts with an S. Sephiroth? Sigourney? Serendipity? I'm just gonna keep saying S names until you tell me. Not really. Susan? Sacagawea? What the fuck is that? It's a triangle. D&D sounds fun. It is fun. It is the most fun you could have with a piece of pen and paper. How did you know? I've always been told it's fun. I know a lot about. I know a little about a lot of things. Is what I do. I love to spend a lot of time focusing on very small subjects and learning every single thing I can about them. It is Sam. See, I knew it. I was right. For example, I like physics, and so I've taken upon myself to teach myself everything I can about physics. I read a book that took... Well, okay, I shouldn't say I read. I listened to an audiobook that was like 48 hours long about the creation of the atomic bomb, and Jesus, it is some frightening shit. You know? I mean, yeah, we all know that the atomic bomb itself is scary, but nothing in comparison to the things that led up to it. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. You know, I'll bet it had something to do with your username. Probably. Not likely, but, you know, probably. Woo! Hello there. Hello there. You know, it's even scarier is that the atomic bomb really wasn't the scariest thing to happen to Japan during that time. Yes, it was pretty fucking scary, and it did, in fact, end the war, but there were much more disturbing things going on in Japan at that point in time. For example, Tokyo was made out of wood and paper at that point in history, and we dropped 2 kilotons of napalm on their cities. And not only did that burn down their buildings and their people, but it boiled their rivers, which the people were jumping into for safety, and it did not save them. We did some horrific shit, and they did some horrific shit back. I mean, there was a story about this Japanese man who was hiding out in a foxhole with like 4 other guys. Marines, U.S. Marines, went in there and used flamethrowers on them. This man, burnt to hell, came out of the foxhole, picked up a gun, and killed like 6 Marines. And then we shot him like 5 times. He kept shooting, killed 2 more Marines, and then we finally shot him in the head. It's like, they just did not stop. They were a frightening, very frightening enemy, which is why we ended up dropping the bomb at all, is because we knew it was either they were going to be completely annihilated or we were going to be completely annihilated. And it's kind of frightening. It really is. And God, you do not want to learn more about World War II. There's always the obvious shit that everybody tells you, but once you start looking into it and some of the smaller things that happened, or, well, not really smaller, but some of the more hidden facts about what happened during World War II, it's clear that at that point, nobody that was involved had their humanity. Nobody who left that, even the scientists who didn't have much to do with it. You know, I mean, there were some really, really disgusting shit that went down in every country. Every country had heinous acts beyond the scope of humanity. It's It's exactly why when you see J. Robert Oppenheimer talking about his thoughts when he first saw the nuclear bomb, he's dead inside, and you can tell. And he's telling you about the story of when one of the gods went up to a prince, and the prince wasn't following his orders, and so the god took on its multi-armed form and said, "I am become death, destroyer of worlds." They all thought that, you know. It was just fucking crazy overall. Discord. Don't at everybody. Why would anybody at everyone on a Discord server? That's just mean. 376 miles to go! Ask more questions, guys. Let's not leave this in the depressing World War II stuff. Unless you want to. Ask more questions about World War II. I'll try to answer them. I don't know much about it, I'll be honest. I'm trying to teach myself everything I can possibly learn. I want to know everything, which is obviously an impossible goal, but the best way to learn is to ask questions. To admit that you don't know. Ooh, my god, I'm going like 80 miles an hour. Do you watch any cartoon series? Ben 10 was easily one of my favorites as a kid. As of right now, I mean, that depends on what you consider cartoon. Dragon Ball Super is a good one. BoJack Horseman is really good. But neither of those I would consider a cartoon. I have watched the entirety of Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, technically, and watched a lot of that in Japanese just because it wasn't out in English yet. Yes, I am dub over sub. The main reason is because I don't like to do single tasks. I like to multitask. So, it's incredibly difficult to multitask when you're sitting there reading subtitles, because it's, God, it's so incredibly annoying. I get the idea, but I think both ways of enjoying it are good, and you shouldn't criticize another for listening to dubs or watching subs. You know, I tried to watch JoJo. I watched like a single episode of it, and I just wasn't interested. I am not that big into anime. I've watched a lot of like the really big ones like Dragon Ball and Avatar, if you can count that, which is iffy. Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But again, it's the big things. But not even like One Punch Man. I didn't like that either. Wasn't that good. You know what I wish there was more of? Devil is a Part-Timer. Fucking hilarious. There was only like one season of it, and it was great. He worked at a McDonald's. Fucking hilarious. I love that shit. I've been meaning to watch, what is it, Seven Deadly Sins, as well as the other one about, do I like any form of rap? I don't know if you've seen much of this channel, but at one point in time in VR chat, I did a Kermit the Frog rap battle. Hi-ho, this sliggity gibbity hibbity hip hop, you don't really want to get into a busy match with this rappity rap, packing a mac in the back, the act, this... Packing a mag in the back of the act, backpack rap, yip, yakety yak. Now at the exact same time, I attempt these lyrical acrobatic stunts while I'm practicing. I'll still be able to break a motherfucking table over the back of a couple of faggots and crack it in half. Only realized it was ironic, it was on the aftermath after the fact. How could I not blow? All I do is drop F-bombs, feel the wrath of attack. Rappers are having a rough time period. Here's a maxi pack. It's actually disastrously bad for the whack. Well, I'm masterfully constructing this masterpiece as... I'm beginning to feel like a rap god, rap god. All my people from the front to the back, nod, back, nod. Now who thinks their arms are long enough to slap box, slap box? Let me show you maintaining this shit ain't that hot. Everyone wants the key to rap immortality like I have got. Well, to be truthful to the blueprints, simply rage in youthful exuberance. Hit the earth like an asteroid, did nothing but shoot for the moon since. Pew! And MCs get taken to school with this music because they use it as a vehicle to bust a rhyme. Never lead a school full of music. Never lead a new school full of music. Me, I'm a product of rock him. Like him should best do pop in. W a cube head duck when yelling easy. Thank you, they got slim. Inspired enough to one day grow up, blow up, and be in a position to someday meet Run DMC and induct them into the motherfucking rockin' roll Hall of Fame. Even though I walk into church and burst into a ball of flame, only Hall of Fame I be inducted is the Alcohol of Fame of the Wall of Shame. The facts think it's all a game till I walk a flock of flames. Awful planking. Tell me what in the fuck are you thinking, little gay looking boy? So gay I can barely say it with a straight face, looking boy. I'm forgetting the lyrics because I don't sing it very often. So gay I can barely say it with a straight face, looking boy. You're watching a massacre like you're watching a church gathering take place, looking boy. Oy vey, that boy is gay. That's all they say, looking boy. You got a thumbs up, pat on the back, and a way to go from your label every day, looking boy. Hey, looking boy, what you say, looking boy? I get a hell yeah from Dre, looking boy. I get a hell yeah from Dre, looking boy. I'm gonna work for everything I have, never ask nobody for shit. Get out of my face, looking boy. Face, looking boy. You're never gonna be capable of keeping up at the same pace, looking boy. Cause I'm beginning to feel like a rap guy, rap guy. All my people from the front to the back, nod, back, nod. Now who thinks their arms are long enough to slap box, slap box? How the fuck does the rest of the song go? Doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna move on to the fast part, cause that's the interesting part, isn't it? Lyrics coming at you with supersonic speed, JJ Fat. Some of them use somebody who what I gotta do to get through to you. I'm superhuman, innovative, animator, episode. Anything you say is ricocheting off of me and it'll glue to you. Never seen more than ever demonstrating how to give a motherfucking audience a feel like never did, never fitting, and I know that is I'm forever waiting for the day that they can say if I left, they'll be celebrating. Cause another way to get it motivated, I make elevating music, you make elevating music. Oh, he's too mainstream. Well, that's what they do when they get jealous, they confuse it. It's not hip hop, it's pop. Cause I found a hell of a way to fuse it. With rock, shock rock with dark. Throw on, lose yourself and make them lose it. I don't know how to make songs like that. I don't know what words to use. Well, let me know what that occurs to you when I'm ripping any one of these verses to verses you. It's curtains and I'm inadvertently hurting you. How many verses I can murder to prove you have as nice as songs you can sacrifice versions to? School, flunky, pill, junkie. But look at the accolades, the skills brung me. But in my head I can feel something tugging and struggling. Angels fight with devils and here's what they want from me. They're asking me to eliminate some of the women, hey? But if you take into consideration the bitter hatred that I have, then you may be a little patient and more sympathetic to the situation and understand the discrimination. But fuck it. Life's any lemons? Make lemonade then. But if I can't ban the women, how the fuck am I supposed to bake them a cake then? Don't mistake for Satan. It's a fatal mistake of thinking to be overseas and take a vacation to trip abroad and make good fall on a face in. Don't be a retard. Be a king. Think not? Why be a king when you can be a god? I haven't seen it yet. I want to, though. I really want to see the Joker, and the main reason I haven't is because I don't know. I just haven't. I saw Star Wars twice, but I didn't see Joker once. I don't know what happened there. More questions. Bring them on faster. As many as you can bring. I will answer them as fast as I can. Be honest, it gets better, I promise. So don't let me grind you down to a pound of sawdust. Stay and sage long until the gong hits, and everybody comments on the funness, so you polish and you grow from all knowledge. Remain comments and abolish your modesty. You gotta be positive, you're a prodigy. You gotta show the world that you not want to mess with. It's a broken home that makes these bastards aggressive. You feel terrible, cause nothing is comparable. Violence ain't the answer, but the pain is unbearable. You feel ice and jaded from being isolated. Now you coast through life feeling twice as hated. So why the abuse? Cause all a bully needs is a fucking excuse. Planet Earth, I need a friend, cause I'm on the outside looking in. I'm an alien, I'm an alien. It wasn't that good, but I want to avoid spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. I think it was easily better than 7 and 8. Easily. But it also wasn't that hard to beat 7 and 8, so... It's true, I did. I did that podcast with Andrew and Noah. Good friends. That are very likely asleep right now. I think Andrew's in Hawaii. Still. I don't know when he gets back. He might come back this weekend. Fuck if I know. I don't really keep track. Shit! Ah! Fucking paying attention to the chat and not the road. What YouTubers do I watch? The usual ones. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier. I used to watch a lot of Tobuscus back when he was popular. SciShow. Because Science. Smarter Every Day. I don't know, I've got like 50, 60 subscriptions. I watch a lot of... I watch, random things when they become interesting, but it's not often that I'll actually watch all the content of a single YouTuber. Oh, sure, but the entire sequel series was shit. Speed limit 45. Ha. What is nothing? Well, that's the thing. There is no such thing as nothing. Even if you were to take, go out into the middle of space, pretty much nowhere, and you were to take like a cubic meter of... This is so you can talk. If you were to take a cubic meter of what is considered empty space, you would still find particles. You would still find radiation. You'd still find a lot of stuff within, even a cubic meter of space. So there is no such thing as nothing. This truck does not sound like it's doing well. Ooh, he didn't bust me for speed. Oh, I'm only 5 over. It's not that bad. Less than nothing. Debt is less than nothing. By technicality. I didn't even touch him. Whatever. Is space never ending or constantly evolving? Technically, it does have an end. However, it's growing at faster than the speed of light, so it is constantly evolving and never ending, technically, as far as humans will ever know. Or at least as far as we will ever know. And that's only based on current theories. We don't know exactly what we'll think about the universe even a year from now, let alone a decade from now. It's hard to say. It's impossible to say, really. It is outside of the observable universe. We merely have theories of what it... You know, it'd be fucking weird is if we all of a sudden observed a giant fucking wall, you know? I mean, it's possible. Highly unlikely and very, very, very impossible. But nothing's actually impossible. We could encounter a giant fucking wall, and then we'd be like, well, shit, aliens exist, for one. And two, we're boxed in a lot smaller than we thought. But again, that seems very, very unlikely. We don't fucking know. If you could go faster than the universe is expanding, you would die. You would reach a point in which you are traveling so fast that you weigh infinite mass. And you would destroy the universe around you. So, there's no point in talking about what ifs in this situation, because according to the theory of relativity, as well as E equals mc squared, it is impossible to do what you are asking. God damn it. I was hitting my brakes as hard as I could. I definitely killed that person. You wouldn't have to just go super fast. You'd have to go literally faster than anything could ever possibly go. What type of infinity? I mean, Aleph Null is the smallest cardinal infinite, which is, you know, interesting to think about. A small cardinal, or a small infinite, let alone the smallest infinite, but it is a thing that exists. I'm going to pull over real quick. I'm over by Mount Vernon. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's infinite infinites. It's ridiculous. And it's hard to think about realistically because, you know, Vsauce does a lot of good videos on that, I would say. Hello, unpronounceable name. I don't speak Russian, I'm sorry. I can't pronounce it as much as I'd like to. Oh, he took away his message. How can infinity be small? Well, it's smallest infinity. What it means is that it is the smallest set of numbers that you can't count to. It contains only the set of numbers, whereas Aleph 1 contains Aleph Null and Aleph 1. And Aleph 2 contains Aleph Null, Aleph 1, and Aleph 2, so therefore it is the smallest infinite, because it contains no sets of infinite, except itself. It's a purely mathematical thing that is difficult to comprehend and explain when you don't understand it yourself. I enjoy learning about it, but I did not go too far into it. It's a lot of fun, though, when you start looking at it. That is, if you like math, which I love math, so. Like I said, Vsauce does a pretty good video on it. I like his content. Vsauce original. Hey, Vsauce. Michael here. Can an infinite be small? Yes. That was not a good Michael impression. Oh, shit. let's all have a laugh at this NPC called Willie who just moved in a game I'm playing. Haha! Suck it, Willie! Engine malfunction. Visit service as soon as possible. No. Well, I am working on getting it visited as soon as possible, but it's as far away as it could possibly be. More questions. Come on. Have you heard of the theory about an infinite hotel with infinite rooms that is fully stacked with people? Yes, I believe that was also a Vsauce video, potentially. It could have been Veritasium as well. Hello, X-Biot, or however you pronounce it. Oh, shit! God damn it. I keep looking at the chat, and then it just crashes. It fucks up my car. Would you just go... Yes, it's like... If there's infinite people, and it's always, like, +1, it's fucking weird as shit, is what it is. Because... Any question? Yes, ask any question, Sam. Anything. Anything at all. Find me a question, and I will find you an answer. The Bannock Tart... Yeah, that's what it... That sounds very familiar. I don't look a whole lot into paradoxes because I don't find them that entertaining. Okay, I don't know if this guy is going to move. Did I... Jesus Christ. Run before you get arrested. No. I'm not going to run away from my crimes. I didn't mean to commit them. That's what I get for texting while driving. Alright, how big is my eye? Fucked if I know. I don't have any measuring equipment. Roughly the same size as yours? I can't guarantee good answers to questions, but I can come up with answers to questions. You know, I probably shouldn't pull such risky maneuvers with my vehicle being as damaged as it is. And my engine shut down. Ooh, fucking scary. I still have 56 miles to go. Will I make it? Probably not. But let's find out. Whew. How big is Venus? Computer? How big is Venus?
Venus' radius is 3,760 miles and its volume is 928.4 billion cubic kilometers.
Well, its radius is 3,760 miles or something, I think is what she said. Which doesn't sound right, because last I checked, she was... Ah, fuck! God damn it. Shit. I don't know how to fix that. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I'm not going to ask that. I have lost a lot of money on that run. God damn it. God fuck. Alright. Well, at least I'm back in Pendleton. I was so fucking close, too. I don't want to do any more long drives, man. Nope. Oh, hey, look. Very short, but I have to drive there and back. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not going to do that. What about a frack tank? No. Wow, Nevada to California. Okay, it's giving me much longer rides than I anticipated. Wow, I have no idea what any of that means. Let's do external contracts. Remains an hour and 14. Pendleton to Sacramento. Jesus, that's a long drive. Pendleton to Portland. That sounds nice. I want to get back to Portland. Not doing outstanding. No, I'm doing pissed off. Yeah, fuck. What the hell was that? Shit. This is exactly why Elon Musk is inventing self-driving semi-trucks. I wasn't even texting. That's the worst part. I'm just looking away from the road while driving at much faster than regulated speeds. If I was going the actual recommended speed, it would probably be a lot easier. It would also be a lot easier if, as an example, I was driving with my feet and not my fingers. But I don't have pedals. My God, it's 7:30? Jesus Christ. I have literally been playing this game for like 8 hours. Do it. Also, that's not how you spell Vsauce, but whatever. I am also a bit. Oh, have a good one. I like grammar when written and spelling. Speaking is different. Speaking is much more relaxed. Why is he working in the middle of the night? It is 2 in the morning. There you go. Well, yes, that is accurate, Agent Sam. I already crashed. Are you fucking with me? You've got to be fucking with me. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious why I don't have my CDL. Commercial driving license, for those unaware. Are you fucking with me? Come on now. Of course, I make this the hardest possible driveway to get out of. I need a gas station. What, no more questions, guys? Oop. Lame. Have a good one, Agent Sam. I don't know when or if I'll ever stream again, but probably will. Do I have Terraria? Yes, I am waiting for the update to come out before I play it. I haven't played it in 5 years. Have I taken part in a game jam? Yes, I have. I even set up my own once, but it didn't turn out that well. Only one person showed up. It was me. Hey, Portland. We're not too far now. Have you ever been bald? Well, I was in the Marine Corps. It wasn't, directly shaved bald, but it was fairly bald. Shh. Just keep asking questions, Sam. Nobody actually gets hurt in my driving. They're fake people on fake roads. Video games don't matter that much. If anything, it's good to show people. Have you been bullied? Yes, very much so. I'm a nerd. It's kind of what happens. I was also a very weird kid, so. Am I an FBI agent spying on people? I am not. I've never once been in the FBI. Federal Bureau of Investigation. I was never physically bullied as far as I can remember, but a lot of, people being assholes. But I was also just a very weird kid. So. Do you like tea? Yeah, some tea. Primarily, like chamomile teas and honey teas. What countries have I been to? America and Canada. I came very close to Mexico once. But I was still in America, so it doesn't count. Oh, I am on the I-84. I've been on this in real life. Starting to get back into things that are familiar and things that I know. Buddy, you think you're gonna pass me? I cannot allow this. I will pit maneuver you. My hands are starting to feel weird from playing this for so long. What was my New Year's resolution? I didn't have any. They're kind of pointless. Nobody ever follows through with them anyway. If I had to make one up, it would probably be to focus more on improving myself and giving a shit about myself. Overall, I feel like I'm a pretty worthless and terrible person, but I understand that that's not a healthy view, and I need to work on that. Have a good one. Belly flops. Ah, the fucking fish. Every time. There's still people watching, I just don't know who they are. Ooh, it's down to 2. That hurts me. Yeah, I'll probably drop this one off and end it. miles to go, only 14. I can do this, I can go, I can do this, I can go. Oh, 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 oh. I can do this, I can go. As far as anyone could ever want to go. I can see the end, it's in my sight. I'll be there by the end of the night. Oh, I can see the end, it's in sight. I'll be there before the end of the night. Entering Portland, thank God. It's been so long since I've seen you, my beautiful home. And a tear wells in my eye as I see the cloud-ridden sky. Oh, I've fallen in love with you, my land, my home, my friend. Why not? All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you have a good one.